Hey guys, welcome back to This Girl Rants. So today we're going to be talking about Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. And as always, there will be spoilers. If you would like a spoiler-free version of my review, check out the link below to my website, This Girl Writes, and you can find a spoiler-free review there. Also, please like and subscribe so that I can continue to do more content like this, and so you can make suggestions of books I should read. Anyway, so that being said, remember, spoilers, and let's just jump into Throne of Glass. So this is definitely kind of the typical fantasy. Main character is a little overpowered to begin with, but the thing that I like about this is there is a complete reason why Celaena, which I could be pronouncing all of these names wrong, so if I am, I'm sorry. It's just I haven't heard them spoken by really anyone. So this is just how they sound in my head. So the reason why Celaena starts off being like super crazy strong is because she literally has been trained since she was about 8 and she's now 18. So 10 years of her life has been dedicated to becoming an assassin. She has learned every possible way to essentially kill other people. But the story starts off with her being in prison, or like a work camp for the evil king in this story, and the prince and the head guard. So the prince is Dorian and the head guard is Cole? Chaos? Oh my gosh, why can't I pronounce his name correctly? Captain Westfall. Yeah, no, it's Cole. That's what I thought. I don't know why for a second I was like, oh, there's an S at the end of his name. There's not. Chaol. Cole? Cow? I don't know, something like that. But, so, Prince, Captain of the Guard, come and pick her up from this prison because the king, who by the way, evil king, very bad, he is having like a competition for a personal assassin, essentially. And so the prince wants her to be his champion of the competition. So like all the nobility gets to choose someone that they think would be the best assassin for the king, and then they all come to the castle and they do different various challenges and they fight each other, and whoever is last one standing at the end wins and gets to be the king's assassin for 4 years, and then whatever they had done wrong before that, they're absolved. So she wants to gain her freedom. Celaena wants her freedom back, so she is willing to be part of this competition because then in 4 years she'll be able to live her life however she wants. And that is literally all she wants. She just wants to be able to live her life as herself without someone else telling her what to do, which she hasn't had since the time she was 8. When she was 8, she ended up under the care of the like assassin guild head guy, and he raised her to be an assassin. And then once she was old enough or skilled enough to be able to do the different assassinations, she had to pay back all the money that he spent into putting into her. And right as she's like paid that back and is going to go off on her own, she's caught and thrown into prison. So she's never had a moment in her life since she was 8 that was her own. So her driving force is, I want to have my own life. I want to be my own person. I don't want to be controlled by other people. I want to be able to do what I want to. And so that's what's driving her. Dorian basically just wants to do enough to annoy his dad without stepping over the line, because he's the crown prince and he's not a huge fan of his dad, which, you know, makes sense. Dad is evil. But and then Cole is like super loyal to Dorian, and he just wants to help Dorian be the best that he can be. So that's kind of all of their motivation, which is like a great start off point. And then as the competition is going on, Selena realizes that there's some darkness happening. Contestants are getting killed outside of the challenges, and she makes a friend that is essentially, her people have been enslaved by the king, and so she's trying to lead a resistance, and everyone is kind of trying to pull Selena into being someone that wants to do more to help the country. And Selena just wants to live. She doesn't want to have to be part of all of this stuff. And the author, Sarah Maas, like, it's a good book. It's written well, and you really get attached to the characters. There's very intense fight scenes, and you can really visualize what's happening. I think the world has been created in such a way that it makes sense. There used to be magic, but then the king, you know, something happened, and now all the magic is gone from the world. So, and it's like outlawed, and so there's that because of the fact that there seems to be magical things happening around them, but they don't know how because there's supposedly no magic. And it's got kind of that like mystery element to it as well, which is really exciting. This is definitely for older audiences. So this is one, right off the bat, there's a love triangle between Selena, Dorian, and Cole, and I love Cole. Like, I haven't read all of the other books in the series, and I'm fairly certain she doesn't end up with him. But that just makes me sad because he's such a good person. Like, he really just wants to help his friends. He wants to do what's right, and he just doesn't know enough about what's going on around him to actually do what's right, and it makes me sad. But yeah, no, it's a good read. I really enjoyed it. If you're into fantasy and you're into like super strong female leads, I think you would enjoy this. Okay, so when I first started reading this, there were supposed to only be 6 in the series, and 3 of them were out. But then it turned into 9 in the series, and I currently own 6 of them. And I haven't checked to see if that number has extended. So from what I know, there's 9 books in this series. I could be wrong. I'll have to double check that. I will be reading all of these books to review on This Girl Rants. Don't worry. But I've only read 1 through 3 and part of 4. So I don't actually know where this is going. I am still hoping that Selena and Cole will end up together. I don't think they will because a lot has happened, and that makes me sad, but that's okay. But the author is really not afraid to actually like hit on some heavy stuff. Like, one of my favorite characters in this book is the princess of the kingdom that is being basically enslaved, Nehemia. I don't know how to pronounce names, guys. I'm sorry. But she knows what she wants, and she's doing her best to do what's right for her people, and she literally sacrifices her life so that Selena will be willing to fight for the people who are struggling in this country, because Selena and her become really good friends, and Nemia, I'm never going to pronounce that right, I'm sorry, she knows that her death will be a catalyst to Selena, and so she basically sends Selena away from the castle when she knows there's assassins coming to kill her, and she dies in a terrible way. Man, I cried. I cried at that part. I was so sad. Like, she was such a good person, and all she wanted to do was help, and she wanted people to be better versions of themselves, and just did. Which I get had a purpose. I don't mind when characters get killed off, because that's how life works, you know? But I do not like when they're just killed off for shock value. And this was not shock value. There was very much a reason why this character needed to die for other events in the story to continue forward. So I appreciate when things like character deaths are well thought out and not just like, oh yeah, this character that you love so much, I'm just gonna kill them because I want you to go, I never saw that coming. So yeah, but this is my rant on Throne of Glass. I don't suggest not reading it. It really is kind of in that like niche mark. Well, I guess it's not niche because a lot of people like fantasy, but it is. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone younger than 16, just because it's pretty detailed in the gore, and it's not like super gory, but it doesn't shy away from the fact that like when people die, there's blood, if you know what I mean. And the relationship aspect of it is a little more PG-13 than it is PG. So, but yeah, consider checking it out. I enjoyed it. Maybe you will too. If you like fantasy, if you like strong female leads, if you like magic, you'll probably enjoy it. Other than that, thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to like and subscribe and check out my blog. Thanks. Bye.